slope review notes, and then we'll also be graphing notes. So the first thing that we have to remember, now, I think this is called Mr. Slope. So if it goes up from left to right, it's positive. It goes down left to right, it's negative. If it's this direction, it's undefined. If it's horizontal, the slope is 0. Now, you know me, I like slope dude. Puff, 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 positive. Nice, negative. 0 fun. Undefined. But whichever way you like it, just make sure that you know what your positive, negative, undefined, and 0 slopes are. Then, we do have the formula that we can plug into. So if you're using the formula, you would label each coordinate, x1, x2, y1, y2. Plug them into the formula and simplify your fraction. Now, if you have a 0 in the numerator, that slope is 0. If the 0 is in the denominator, then it is undefined. So we're going to look at this right here. x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so the slope formula says this. So all we're going to do is plug in. So y2 is 7 minus 9. And then since this is x2, so we're negative 6 minus negative 2. This turns to a plus sign, so I get negative 2 over negative 4, which simplifies to 1/2. Over here, same thing. x1, y1, x2, y2. Again, my slope formula says y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I would consider going ahead and putting those minus signs there. 9 minus a negative 5, 3 minus 3. That is going to get me, that's a plus, so that's 14 over 0, so this is an undefined slope. Number 3, again, x1, y1, x2, y2. The slope says y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So my slope here, I would have negative 12 minus a negative 4, negative 2 minus a negative 6. This turns to a plus sign, this turns to a plus sign. That would get me negative 8 over 4. So my slope is negative 2. Okay, so x1, y1, x2, y2. Again, I subtract my y values, negative 5 minus a negative 5, 7 minus a negative, or 7 minus 1. This turns to a plus sign, so I get 0 over 6. 0 over anything is 0. So then, if I have a table, we find the change in y over the change in x. So I'm going to come from here to here. How did we get from negative 3 to positive 3? We added 6. How did we get from negative 4 to negative 1? We added 3. So my change in y over my change in x, so 6 over 3, so my slope is 2. Now some of you may have said, well, can I use the other number? Sure, I could have done from here to here. That's adding 6. That's adding 3. I would have gotten the same thing. This one, I'm going to go from here to here, and here I go down. So I went down 6. From here to here, I went up 2. So the change in y over the change in x. So negative 6 over 2, which gives me negative 3. If I had used these 2 points to get from 2 to negative 4, I went down 6. Right here, I went up 2, and it would have been the exact same thing. Over here. From here to here, I went down 20. I'll even, never mind, I'm not going to do that. From here to here, I went down 5. So the change in y over the change in x. I went down 20, and I went down 5, so that will get me positive 4. Okay, I could have done from here to here. I still went down 20, and I went down 5. Okay, so let's look here. So y equals mx plus b. Well, the number sitting in front of the x is the slope. So what's the number in front of x? The number in front of x is negative 1. What's the number in front of x? 8. What's the number in front of x? Negative 3/8. This one, the first thing you're going to do is draw a triangle. So do you see these 2 points that are on here? We have this point here. We have this point here. So I'm going to draw a right triangle. It's the very first thing it says to do. Then find the vertical distance. How tall is this? It's too tall. Okay. Find the horizontal distance. So I went over from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I went over 8. Now this slope, I don't know why I did that. This slope is going in the positive direction. So that is a positive slope. That is 2 over 8 because it's the change in y over the change in x. It is how tall it is over how far across it is. I simplify that and I get 1/4. Here. I'm going to draw a right triangle. Well, I can't draw a right triangle. How high did I go up? I went up 0. How far over? 1, 2, 3, 4. 0 over 4 is 0. This one, I'm going to draw a right triangle. Okay, this is going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It went 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. It went 4 over. So my slope is negative 6 over 4. I simplify my fraction and I get negative 3 over 2. Okay. If I pick 2 points, pick here and here. How far up did I go? I went up 1. I went across 0, so this is undefined. If I was to ski on that slope, I would die. I would unalive myself. Okay, so now we're going to take what we just did, talking about slope, and now we're going to go into graphing it. So the number one thing I need my y-intercept. Okay. Second thing I need is my slope. So when we're doing this, y equals mx plus b. So I need the number that's the constant that's sitting by itself first. So if I look at this first one, the constant that's by itself is 2. So that's the point 0, 2. So I'm going to come down here, maybe, and graph 0, 2. Then my slope is the number that is sitting in front of the x. That is my slope. My slope is negative 1/2. That means it's going to be going down, boys and girls. Okay? So this tells me I'm going to go down 1. This tells me I'm going to go to the right 2. So I'm going to go down 1 to the right 2. Plot a point. Down 1 to the right 2. Down 1 to the right 2. Down 1 to the right 2. And I'm going to draw a line. And I'm going to put arrows on it. Okay, so let's go over here. If I look at this one, there's nothing added to it. So that means that a 0 is added to it. So the point 0, 0, so that means it's here. My slope is the number sitting in front of x. That means it's 4. That's positive, so this is positive direction. We want that to be in fractional form. So that means I'm going to go up 4. I'm going to go to the right 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. Now, from the starting point, could I have gone down 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. But I would have had to go to the left 1. Okay, so there we have it. Okay, so this one, I need my y-intercept. So that's the number that stands alone. And then I need my slope. That's the number sitting in front of x. It goes downwards. So it's going in the negative direction. So I go to 0, 4. So that's this point right here. From that, I'm going to go down 4. Down 3. This is over 1. I'm going to go down 3. But I'm going to go to the right 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. And then I'm going to draw a line that goes through all those points. Okay. This one. The number that stands alone is this number right here. So I go to 0, 1 and I plot a point. Then slope is the number that's sitting in front of x, which is negative 1. Okay, again, it's going to be in this direction. So that means I'm going to go down 1 to the right 1. Down 1 to the right 1. Down 1 to the right 1. Okay, and there we go. Okay, this one, remember, when x equals a number, that you have a vertical line. Okay, so I go to when x is negative 3. Okay, that's the x-intercept. And I draw a vertical line through it. There is no y-intercept. Over here, y-intercept, what's the number that stands by itself? Negative 3. So I go down to negative 3, and I plot my point. Slope is the number sitting in front of x, which is 4, or 4 over 1. It is a positive slope. So from the y-intercept, I go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I go to the right 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, I go to the right 1. And I draw a line, and voila. Okay. So this one right here, the y-intercept is the number that stands alone, so 0, negative 1. I plot that point. My slope, negative 2/5. So, goes this direction. So I'm going to go down 2. I'm going to go to the right 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could I have gone up 1, 2, and to the right 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. As long as you come up with a negative slope. Okay, the number that stands alone is 4. The slope, 1/3. So I go to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I plot a point. This line should go this direction. Up 1 over 3. Or from my starting point, I could have gone down 1 and gone over this direction 3. 1, 2, 3. And I still have a slope of 1/3. Okay. Anytime y equals a number, that means that you are going to have a horizontal line. So where I go to when y is equal to 2, oops, hello. I did that on the x one also. Y is equal to 2, and I draw a horizontal line. And that is it.